Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the RR podcast. I'm not Bad Fan once again because he went out and got himself drunk. But we have two regulars being Maximum 50.
Hey.
Kazmic.
Howdy.
And our brand new regular who will be joining us from now on, the Lean and Mean Lethal Winner.
AKA Firm Handshake.
And today with us, we have a little bit of Desire with us.
Hi.
A little bit.
We have Organizer.
We're kind of
Michael,
short-staffed a little bit, but it's alright.
And then we have Lenboy.
Whoa. I'm watching an underscore bunnies video, so no worries.
He's here with us in our
Yeah.
So we're gonna get this one started with our first topic being a small RR roundup. There are 3 rounds we want to talk about. So let's get started with The Great Frontier Season 4. If anyone has any,
if only Bad Fan was actually here to be able to talk about it, 'cause it's his fucking round now.
Is it really?
Grant,
yeah,
it's his hype too much because your keyboard's like really loud. This is like an audio podcast.
So if you guys didn't know about the Great Frontier of Time, they've had like an organizational, or I don't even know the word, the organizational switch. So it used to be Swag Llama's round, but it's now Bad Fan's round. He like passed it on to him. So I think I don't know if I'd say if it's in. I would say it's in better hands now, but hopefully Bad Fan, like throughout from this season 4 and then throughout more seasons, it'll get better and better throughout the seasons they do, because the roster's looking more and more clean around the edges, so he just has to keep working on it.
Yeah, I mean, I was a sub for 4. It was a good season. It was fun times. The round's now like. My mic dropped. Okay. The round's now fully Discord too, so that's another step up that's pretty cool. Expect more to see of it in the future. It's fun stuff. Check it out. It's on the subreddit. It's all cool. It's all there.
The intro was pretty good. It was by Imbear or was it?
C Money. No.
C Money. Okay. Oh yeah, my bad.
I wasn't a huge fan
I'm
of it.
confused in the intro. Is the mole thing, is that later gonna be a player? Is there like
Yeah,
a
it's a
second
player
version?
from that
guess,
team,
yeah.
I believe. Yeah.
Okay.
They slap on a render there in the episode 2 intro, so check that out for the next episode, which I think is today, actually.
Are you
2
paid to
hours.
promote it, Max?
Wow.
Let's keep
I was
going.
just gonna
Check it
ask.
out.
Listen, all
Yeah,
I'm saying
only
is
watch
we're
Maximum
talking about
50.
it, and it's available, so it's
good
on
intro.
YouTube right now.
Good organization. Only $9.99 on
Maximum 50.
ultrahardcore.com.
Yeah.
Yes.
Anything else to note?
No, like only the
I don't
first
know
episode's
about.
been released.
Is
so.
it just moles? I haven't looked at the thing.
Yeah.
Well, ask Max. You know so much about it.
Well,
see, the
it's
thing is,
Max and
moles
it's-
because we got a lot of rounds before that actually did do moles for 1.5. We got WMC that's done it like 3 times in 1.5.
Yeah.
And moles is a game mode that's generally linked to that because TGF, it's all about doing cool stuff. It's all about linking the game modes to like.
Will you stop?
This sounds a lot like shilling.
Okay.
It sounds like you've rehearsed this. Like
Not at all. I totally haven't. TGF, it's all about, each season you take a version, and then you take a game mode that's popular with that version. This time we're like, you know what, moles, that sounds
Oh my
good, and we
God.
did
Yep.
it. So it's all
Max,
there.
Max, what the fuck
Okay.
happened to you?
Okay.
I don't think
Basically,
anything
bad
happened.
Fan's doing a good job with it. Hopefully, future seasons are better.
I'm doing
Yep.
Bad Fan's work for him.
On to
What?
the next scene.
All right. So next up we have again. Too bad Bad Fan's not here.
Good thing he's
Pathfinder
not
7
here.
with newcomer Bad Fan.
If Bad Fan was here, he'd probably mention something about how he's excited to play, but he's
Probably
not here.
the
So
only Kanako intro that I like.
Oh no, it
Yeah,
was
it was,
extremely well done. That
I
was
really
insane.
like the background stuff and the transitions that go on there. That like it splits off into like different ways, and yeah, I thought that was cool.
I like Dom in the intro.
thank you. I'm taking a picture.
My favorite part is the Paradigm Night again.
I don't know what you're talking about. My
Way
favorite part is Stan Stone.
Stenstone. Yeah,
Then
check
Stone-
that
Out
out.
of nowhere.
Okay,
Great
can someone
addition.
tell me?
78 Ford.
Yeah, who is that?
78 Ford, wasn't he in Medallion? Didn't he organize Medallion?
No, 78 Ford organizes the R Hermitcraft UHCs.
He also
and-
he organizes Snowcrack. I don't know if you.
Oh, he does
He
Snowcraft
does
as well.
not.
I wasn't 100% on Snowcraft, but I remember he did do the R Hermitcraft stuff.
No, he is in Hermitcraft.
Snowcrack is
He's
like a
not in
sub
Hermitcraft.
community that has
He's
its
in
own Reddit and
Hermitcraft. He's
stuff.
friends with Zuma.
Yeah,
I am
yeah,
Zuma.
check that out. Yeah,
Does he know Jenny B?
but yeah, that's
Yeah,
interesting
intro's pretty good.
newcomers. Good intro. It's a good season. Stuff happens. Episode 3 aired
Stop!
right
You're
now.
not.
No, I'm
Well,
just saying.
Jesus
I'm just
fucking
saying.
Christ,
watch
Max.
Stop
Maximum
plugging
50.
your
Hear me
Watch,
out, hear me
watch
out.
Maximum 50.
Jesus.
No, hear me out. All I'm saying is stuff happens this episode, and it's definitely something that you should tune into if you're into that stuff. Moving on.
Watch
I'm glad.
Maximum
I'm
50.
glad that I'm
If
glad that
you're
you're
into
able.
stuff, yes.
and
I-
Minecraft
I am
PvP.
You're
into
able to
stuff. I will
advocate-
tune into this episode.
You're able to
You're into
advocate that
watching
indeed
Considering
things
there's stuff in
happen.
this
That's a thing for
episode.
you.
Listen, I'm not advertising it. I'm just saying that, like, go watch the episode.
I'm not.
okay?
I'm just pointing it out. That
I'm not
if you
advertising. I just like
recorded
the
rounds-
refreshing taste of Coca-Cola.
Please watch Pathfinder Season 7, Episode 3, Talk Radio
Okay,
by
well,
Maximum 50.
speaking of advertising the rounds,
I'm not saying my video. I'm just saying other videos. There
And
are
we
things that
also,
do
we
indeed
also
happen.
have the person here to actually talk about it.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
back
you
in
can-
time 4. Please.
Yeah.
Bit.
yeah, bit 4. So let's see if Len pulls a maximum 50 or not.
Okay, well, it's releasing right now. By the time
Oh,
this is out,
boy.
episode 1's coming out. You can watch it. Stuff happens. This episode, like cutting down trees. Wow, go check that out. So wait, do you guys want me? What do you guys want me to talk about? Like,
Just talk about.
Well, the intro and the trailers were both really good.
I just
along,
noticed that you got gilded.
along with the logos by Finum, and then the
Oh.
custom train by Sil.
the fucking okay. First of all, the train hasn't been shown yet, but the train is absolutely kick-ass and like
Yeah,
actually.
the
it
train's
has.
really
In the
cool.
intro.
The train actually like comes into play. Like people actually use the pyramids and the bridges and the
Oh.
Nile and all that shit. It's not just like there for effect. It actually comes into play. The emblems were fucking amazing. After each one, like literally my jaw dropped open. He showed me them one at a time, and I was like, amazing, even better, getting better. Okay, you can stop now. It's too good.
What if he actually stopped when you said that? He's like, stop making them.
Oh my gosh,
my
shit,
bad.
now we have to change styles again.
Again, yeah. And the trailer, why the fuck did that get 85 points? Can someone explain to me?
It's a really good
Um,
trailer,
It
that's
wasn't
why.
a PvP based
I-
trailer.
I
okay.
said that it was like the best trailer ever, and then I remember that Split 8 exists, but
I'm just gonna come out
Roasted.
and say that I worked on it for one day about 2 months ago and got like half of it done. And then I was talking in the chat about a week ago, like, should I finish this? Because I was really busy, and then I was still really busy this past
and then you're
week.
like, oh, I don't have time to finish it after
Okay,
completing
and then
the
s-
Sank scab hunt.
Oh yeah, and then
Prioritize a scab hunt over your own round.
Jake
What
was
the
saying
heck?
about how like it was gonna be a really good trailer, and that it was even if I didn't finish it, I should release it after the season. And that day I ended up having free time, so I went on a grind. I worked for like 8 hours and finished it that day.
Yeah, I'm really
and
happy you did finish
I
it.
was really nervous to release it because I didn't think like I was expecting maybe 20 upvotes at most, and then I woke up and it was at like 70. I was like, when the fuck did that happen? But that made me really happy, and I'm glad people liked it. And then the intro came out, and that's the project I've spent the most time working on ever. It took me like 50 hours of pure editing, I think, and then planning and rendering and uploading and all that stuff took extra time. And I was really happy with the final product, and I'm glad I made it like as an original concept too, and I'm glad that other people liked it as well. So yeah, and then the season's gonna start coming out, and the season is honestly a lot different
Season's pretty
than
baller too.
the season's
honestly.
like a lot different than any recorded round season. Like not even just from my round, it's different than like your normal one. So I'm hoping people enjoy that too. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna say anything else about it though. I
Is
want
it
it to be a
different because a
surprise.
girl wins?
Girl bad. I don't know.
I want
The
to
Kid
point
Fierce
out.
wins.
Yes.
Yeah.
I want to point
Um,
out that I think my favorite part of the intro is definitely the Egyptian skins. It's really good.
Yeah, that was
That was cool.
that was like a last minute idea. We were talking about this before we started recording, but so what we were gonna do is we had our artists from last season, and they were getting really busy with college. So after like a week, they determined that they weren't gonna do it because they didn't have the time. So then Bushy found another artist who was like really hyped and stuff to do it, and we paid him already. And after 2 months, we found that he had nothing, so he just refunded us and said he wasn't gonna do it. So then I was like, well, shit, what are we gonna do? So I thought of the Polargo renders idea where they were themed, and I was like, okay, that's something special. But then I wanted something more because I wanted there to still be something special about this intro. So I thought of the emblem idea, which at the time, like, we recorded this back in February. So at the time, it like, what was that one time round that had like, oh, Welcome to Hell, that had the kind of team logo. So I was like, okay, I want something like that, but something better. And then I thought of Phenom to do it, and so Phenom did it, and then we got all that stuff done, and I'm really glad with how it turned out.
Yeah, Fem's incredibly talented with that stuff.
Oh, absolutely.
It's really cool.
I always really like it when teams have logos and stuff, like Ambition 15, as you said, Welcome to Hell, and now Back in
Hammer 7.
Time.
Tamina.
Shut up.
Mhm.
Max, if you
Alright,
plug
pal.
another one of your rounds,
I wasn't
I'm
plugging.
gonna kill
I
you.
was mentioning that it was a round that didn't affect have logos for teams. All right, Mister.
Alright, I'm adding Max to Desire right now so you can plug Desire in the remaining episodes.
I don't remember
Finally, a
anyone
third
on
rap.
Twitter saying you should be in Desire though.
Dude, I'll plug any round as long as you give me reason to do so. I'll happily.
Ooh, I just broke my harmonica.
I do think
Shit.
though that as far as the intro goes, I can't really see art working as well with this intro as the renders did. I think
Well,
I'm not sure if it would have been as good.
I
There
think Minecraft renders and Minecraft backgrounds go hand in hand.
Yeah, that's
well,
true.
there was originally a different idea for the intro, and I came up with that idea after we decided we were getting renders. So yeah,
I see.
I
And
just
then-
think that art in Recorder. I don't think you need like an art or a drawn background to per se, but I think
Well,
art works
Pathfinder
best.
7 effectively did it.
Newton 12.
Yeah, I was just gonna say Newton 12. That was very good. But then also you look at art. What's an example?
Art.
Newton. Okay, what was the mole season of Newton?
9.
9, yeah.
That was weird with art. I don't know why. It was just.
Well, that
weird
was just
to
like
me.
a straight up black background.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I don't think there's any background
I
to
think
that
there's
one.
certain backgrounds that need renders, certain that needs art, but then there's like a certain in between. So.
Well, that kind of worked because they were trying to pump up the like suspicious vibe,
Oh,
you know.
you're right.
Yeah.
Yes, that. But the eyes. That's right.
The eyes, ooh, the glowing eyes, not glowing. What's the word?
Blinking.
Blinking eyes. That's the one. Yeah,
Yeah, glowing.
glowing, blinking. Yeah. All right.
Also, can I just say how angry I am that the fucking top 100 intros thing came out like 2 weeks before we released that intro? I was
It's
like-
poor timing, unfortunately.
I was like, shit, can you just like push it back 10 days, bud?
I did that for the second top 100. The thing was released like I think 2 weeks before Ambition 14 came out,
Oh yeah.
and so like I messaged Kaoki like, "Do you mind if I submit this?" And he's like, "That's a dumb question." Because I really wanted to.
Mind if I like spoil that this is a thing, just like 2 weeks early, so we can get in the thing? Yeah, sure.
Our intro gets revealed via the top 100.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I can see it happening.
And they're like, "Whoa!" But
Last year was even worse because the top 100 submissions came out the day before Bit 2 got
Oh, was it?
released. Yeah, so we have bad timing with that.
Yeah.
don't worry,
Just
Bit2
ask
can be
them
in
when
this
they're gonna
one.
do it and schedule
Oh
it
yeah,
around that.
I don't think I even submitted Bit 2 for this top 100 because I didn't want to see it in there.
Interesting.
Oh.
Yeah, this top 100 is going to be very interesting because there are
Yeah.
a lot of really good intros.
I'm curious to see
now.
where R7 is gonna place.
It's
the thing-
probably it's definitely still top 10, but I don't.
I
know.
told me
I don't
it-
think I would say that actually.
AJ told me what number 100 is, so I kind of expect
Ooh,
like
What is
it?
every.
number 100?
What is it?
Can I spoil
Can you
that?
say it on the pod?
It's number 100. Who
It's
gives
number
a
All right,
100,
all right. Get ready. Number 100 was Agency 5.
shit?
That's a good way to start it.
But I mean, it's not a bad.
I mean, it's
intro.
not
It's not a
bad.
bad intro, so like I imagine the other intros are gonna be
It
quality.
made the top 100. So
Okay, I don't know where this one laid, but it was fucking that Japanese run that's like Beyond the
Oh,
Flower or
yeah.
something. Like a
Yes.
bunch of Japanese people
Beyond
came in to
the
vote for that
Flower,
last
thank you.
minute, so that
Ooh,
that
yikes.
one got some votes.
That better not. Be
I was
like
expecting
number 5.
I was expecting
All
the Japanese ones to go high
all
up
the
because they're pretty
Japanese
good.
and Chinese intros, yeah, they're really great. So
They just
Like
got that
everything-
entire
No,
everything
Beyond the
is better
Flower
out there,
season
yo.
1 was good. Season 2 was horrid if you watch those.
I think
Oh,
it was
yeah,
season
we
2, the
watched a
one that
bunch of
everyone
them.
voted for.
Season 2 was horrid. It was awful. I'm
What
sorry,
was that
but
one round, Max? What was that one round we watched where we like clicked off immediately because I didn't want to watch anymore? It was the Pac-Man one. Whatever it was.
Oh god, yeah.
What? Wait, what?
campaign.
Yeah, I was gonna say campaign.
Wait, did you say Batman?
No, Pac-Man.
Pac-Man.
Oh, they also had a
Well,
Batman.
yeah, they did
season.
have a Batman.
Wait, you guys remember that like lightning bolt intro? Or was
Yeah.
that
Oh,
like, a
yeah.
stop
44.
animation?
Yeah, yeah.
I doubt that's gonna hit like top 50.
I don't know. I think it has
we can dream.
potential.
Okay, well, let's not get caught up in the top 100 intros.
Thanks for getting us back on track, Lego Beast.
Of course, this is one
Lego,
better
I have
than
I have a request, Lego.
What's
You
up,
know,
Dom?
some of those
For
intros,
for transitions between topics, can you please play the harmonica?
Okay.
you know,
Alright, so
some
anyway,
of those some
you
of
were
those
gonna say
intros may be from rounds that are dead.
Oh,
Ooh.
that's true.
Oh,
Anyway,
wow.
let's move on.
Wow.
That was really effective.
That hurt my soul.
Topic
Awesome.
number 2. If an RR dies, should another round be able to take over its theme?
Okay, I
For
want to jump.
example, if Desire were to die, can I just take whatever
already
Desire's
has.
theme is?
It already has.
Okay, I want to jump
I'm
on
taking
this
the
one.
theme.
All right.
Go, Grant.
Go at it.
No. No? What? That's an awful question, actually. Because
Wow.
that's a
Getting
horrible
roasted.
question.
Lego's getting fucking roasted.
Because, like, what?
Grant is the one to answer this
Okay,
question
do you mean like
too.
if it? Okay, to clarify
Okay.
the question, does that mean like
BAE
if an
Galaxy
RR chat is
UHC?
made and
Yeah.
it has a concept, but the RR chat dies before the round is released, or do you mean like
No.
if a season comes out on
So,
the
wait,
Reddit?
I
so
think
let-
it's
so-
Yeah,
I
you
think
want
a
Zoomania?
season or more come out.
So Len,
yeah.
let's say that Back in Time dies, right?
And then somebody comes out and says, "Oh, hey,
And
we're
someone
doing."
comes out and says, "Oh, this one's called Going to the Past."
Going backwards in
Go
this
and
continuum.
like dinosaurs. Would you be okay with
Fuck
that?
off,
Yes.
the dinosaurs.
Oh, yeah, I'm gonna do that now, like dinosaur mod.
Fucking
So-
Crimson. Crimson's gonna quote this, I swear to God.
Basically, let me tell you from my own experience what I have to say about
Oh
this.
God,
So,
that's right.
I did the way we've done votes for past Out of Orbit seasons is I put on Twitter like, hey, if you want to vote, I'll give you a doc and you can fill out this thing. So this dude named Dookie Jr. he messages me for the doc, and I'm like, okay, here you go. He has it, and then he messages me I think twice a day for a week asking how it's going, and I think I completely forgot about it after he stopped sending them. So we didn't. I like we got like 80 submissions, and some of them I forgot to reply back saying, hey, you didn't get in, sorry. And he was one of them, unfortunately. And next thing I know, he came to the deduction that Out of Orbit was dead, and he started his own round called Galaxy, which blatantly copied the entire idea. And I think overall that question, it's situational. So say if Phobia stops producing seasons and I come out with a record round called Fear Season 1, I think I'm going to get backlash because Phobia has made that their trademark and a lot of people know what Phobia is. But I think if a round came out, like, for example, it's Zoomania, and had like an animal themed thing, I don't think they would get as much backlash because the idea has been used before, but it wasn't used by a round that became known for that or popular from that.
Or it just wasn't used well, period.
I'd say as long as that new round does the concept better, then it'd be okay. Well, like as far as like if it were Zoomania, like if somebody tried to copy Phobia, no way. But if,
Here's
like,
the thing with that too. A lot of people have said like, "Oh, what about a recorded round where you put two people who don't like each other together?"
okay,
Okay,
that's my idea. Don't
I've been
announce
trying.
that.
That's
Len,
not just
have
your
you wanted
idea,
that
Len.
too?
That
I've
has
heard that
been
idea
an
a billion
idea
times.
from.
I've
never
been saying that
happened,
for
so-
years. I've been saying that for years. That separable has to be a thing.
It's never been produced, so it's still up for grabs.
Yeah.
Len, you want to organize that?
Low key, I was almost going to maybe after the
God.
season of Bit, and now it's kind of out there. But I don't know if it's gonna happen 100%.
Listen, fellas,
put me
what we're
in there
saying
with
is-
Lego. I hate Lego.
What we're saying is, if you want to organize that, go ahead. It's all yours. Please do it.
Yeah,
Do it.
Somebody's gonna start right when this gets released now.
Yeah.
Oops.
I encourage them to heavily.
Yeah, but basically back on the question, I don't really think you should. Like, I don't think there should be a need to copy the idea of a round that has died, presumably, because it was successful. Like, why can't you go the extra mile of making your own idea?
Do you think we should bring up the context for this question?
Sure.
No,
Okay.
actually, probably not.
Okay.
What I want to say more about it is like, shit, I forgot.
All right.
Well, actually, I will bring it up, but I won't like explain it deeply. There was a round released on the subreddit, an intro for a season 1 called "The 7 Deadly Sins," and apparently there was another round in the works that had that same idea going. But the 7 Deadly Sins round that had the intro released ended up dying shortly after the intro was released. Like, no episodes were even released. So basically this idea sprouted out of if the round that was in production with that same idea can continue using it. That
Yeah.
was where that sprouted from.
Yeah.
I just remember what I was gonna say.
An interesting
so like I think
situation.
maybe if the organizers of the round don't want to do it, then maybe someone who has been a part of the round for a while or like is really invested in the round themselves
That's
could
another
continue
thing.
on.
I was gonna
that name.
message. I was gonna message Kurt about continuing Inseparable, but I decided against that, obviously, because I don't know. I just don't want to go through the effort, but
Yeah.
But how
'Cause
TCF was passed
Inseparable-
down to bad fan.
Inseparable
or
3
how-
was supposed to happen back
Oh.
in December of 2015, I think.
Oh.
So
Or another example would be Androzol and Crimson.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
It always depends if the organizers that are taking it from the original organizer's hands are going to use it or going to perform it well.
Yeah.
sort of like me and Tommy with Daniel and Catman Chaos.
Yeah.
Because you guys have obviously done it well, and there's been no issue. So.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah,
But-
as Grant said earlier, I think it's very situational. Like, I can't really give a set in stone answer to say whether it's like yes or no, but I think in the case of the context of the question being the 7 deadly sins thing, I think it's fine, especially for 2 reasons. Mainly one, considering the round died with, just after less than 24 hours after the intro was posted, and also the fact that there had been no clear thing for them bringing it back, then I don't see why not. But if
Yeah.
it's something as like, Phobia or like another round that already has multiple seasons and respecting the community, then I think it's kind of off limits for you to, steal their show.
Yeah, I would say overall, it's situational. But
Yeah.
I would say a better answer to that would be no. You should think of your own idea. Because like my advice for a situation like that would be, instead of possibly being risky and using an idea used before by another round, how about you find a concept that sort of encompasses something you personally enjoy, like a hobby or something that you have inspiration for and a lot of motivation to do, because in turn that your motivation and inspiration will in turn make the round better, like in the final result.
Yeah, I agree. Anything else we'd like to comment on that topic?
I have nothing to say about it.
Yeah,
All right.
same here.
All right. Next up, we have. Oh, Grant. I think you can answer this one as well.
Yeah.
Oh, this is an interesting one, actually. I
Use
have a
of
lot to say
villager
about
trades.
this.
Does some nerfing need to be done?
Um.
And I'm gonna add to that. Do you think you just be removed in general?
I'm gonna say no.
I'm gonna say no.
So which one?
No.
For both. I think it's
both.
fine as is.
Yeah,
Because
basically.
look at it this way. Sorry, Grant, I cut you off.
No, you can go. It's fine.
But one of my favorite recorded rounds that I've played of all time, Evolution Season 8, the entirety of Kaoki Owner, Cappy Rappy, Oddballer, that team, they all got flame bows from a villager, but the thing is, too, if you want to get the item from the villager, it's typically like 30 emeralds or something like that. And
You're
if there's
sacrificing a
no-
bunch of time.
Yeah, you're burning like at least an episode or 2 episodes of your time that you could spend getting gold and diamonds and all that stuff. You're spending that time getting a book from a villager that could very well not even end up winning you the game. So
Yeah.
feel like-
Mhm.
Sorry,
I-
you go, Grant.
I think the reason this question is sprouted out, if I'm right, is in the most recent split season, the finale season, my team found a village that had a villager trade of like, I don't remember, like 10 emeralds and a book for a flame book.
yeah, that's
So-
a bit silly, but
So we all got
It's-
flame books.
It's
But
an inherent problem with the actual villager trading mechanic itself, because in theory it's balanced in that the more high level books are more expensive, but the problem is it just treats an enchant like Flame, which only has 1 level, as a level 1.
It really doesn't
Yeah.
value flame that much.
Yeah,
is-
it just sees it as a level 1 enchant, therefore it's cheap as level 1. It's
But then
about
if you wanna
it's about
get,
as
like-
effective as an efficiency 1.
But then if you want to get like Blast Prot 4, it's like 40 emeralds.
Yeah.
So, it's like 4 flame books. but
I think it's sort of in the same category of like, say I find a what do you call it, a stronghold, and I find 4 flame 1 books. Like, it's random.
yeah, that's the thing too, is that villager trading opens up the ability for enchants that aren't commonly seen to come into play when more often than not you won't find them in things like dungeon chests and whatnot. So if you find a village, for example, with a villager with a punch 2 book, Tell me how often you found a punch 2 book in a dungeon chest. I know I have, like, maybe one time.
Yeah.
The thing with that is it's kind of that's like an overpowered item, but it's also kind of fun to have overpowered items in the game. So like if you're
Especially when they don't appear that often. Like
Yeah,
Power
yeah,
4 is
it's like-
busted. You can
it's
get Power
removing
4
another
pretty
factor.
easily.
Oh, you keep going.
It's like removing another factor in like a random game. It's like trying to make an unfair game fair, and it's just not achievable. And I think it's kind of just ridiculous to try and nerf that thing specifically.
I think here's my input on it. I think in the right hands it's really bad, but depending on the team that gets it, it's also
Yeah, I was just gonna say like.
because if you tell me reimagine WMC 18, but Brick finds a villager with a flame 1 or an infinity 1 or a punch 1 or something bow or book.
Would have won either way. I mean.
Well, yeah, but still.
But also, I want to point out, like, in Ambition 17, I found a flame bow, and thank God Bobby was bow, because if I was bow, that would it would have been a completely different round.
You wouldn't have won.
Yeah, we would not have won.
Yeah, I would have won.
Yeah. No, Jinko would have won.
Yeah, he would have.
No, but I agree. Like, if I'm playing an FFA and I find, like, a Sharp 4 book, chances are I'm not going to land any melee hits, and someone else is winning. So it's not. Well, it depends on who I give it to, I guess.
Whoever finds Lego feed is.
Yeah, like whoever finds me first.
Yeah,
I think. Yeah, sorry. Oops. you can go.
I think. I think removing that from the game is just like Lynn said. It's just it's removing another factor of randomness from the game.
Oh, Merrick's here. Hey, Merrick.
Oh hi,
Yeah, we have a
Merrick.
cameo.
Sorry
Hey.
for being a bit late.
All good.
Alright.
Yeah, but it removes another factor of randomness from the game because also like Green said, like how often do you see that in a recorded round at least, because that can be game changing. So I think removing those types of like random occurrences just makes recorded rounds more and more like each other, and
Yeah.
there's less randomness. There's less
That's very true.
diversity. So
We're on number 3, by the way, Merrick.
Yeah.
Thank you for that.
I do think villager trades are fine. I do think it's a little unbalanced when flame is so cheap in compare. Like it's really only flame that I can think of
Yeah,
that is
flame
cheap in
is
comparison to
probably the
other
big
books.
issue, but
Well,
Like,
like, also,
I've-
because like at the same time, if you find like a Power 3 or Power 4 book, like you need to land multiple shots as opposed to
Prod
flame.
4.
Yeah, that too. But like as opposed to like where flame, like you said, the cheap book, like you only need to land like 1 or 2 shots to really do some damage. Like
Yeah, it's very overpowered, especially when you can get it so cheap. But yeah, flame is the only issue I see with villager trading as a whole, because you can like get options for like I've gotten Sharp 4 books before that take like 25 emeralds. It's really time consuming to get it, but it's fair because it takes a really long time to get it. But flame, it's much easier in comparison. So as Grant was talking about in Split, like his whole team just got flame bows throughout the course of the game, and they kind of, I wouldn't say they won because of it, but it really helped them win.
And at
Even
this
so.
point in the meta, too, most recorded rounds have both fire weapons disabled.
Yeah.
Like, I know one of the ones that I'm playing sort of soon has both disabled, so even if I find a flame book from a villager, it's not like I can use it.
yeah, I think the most fair part about that would be enabling it only if you find
Only
it
through
as a
the
book.
books, yes.
Yeah.
That is what Split does, actually. Like they had the rule where you're only allowed to use fire weapons if you find them from a book, either from villagers, from fishing, or from dungeons, strongholds, whatever. You can only get it through a book. You can't enchant for it.
And we just happen to get lucky from that.
Even so,
Yeah.
how many flame villagers do you even find? Like I don't think I've ever.
The only time I find villagers, they always give me blast prod or something.
Yeah, I've
crappy
maybe found
one.
a flame villager like once. And
I've never found flame. I remember I did play a small private game with friends where I managed to buy an infinity book, which ended pretty poorly for everyone else. But other than that, I've never ever found an actual useful book that could be used in a UHC without spending ages getting emeralds.
Yeah, I've gotten some good books before, but as far as recorded round goes, I don't think I've ever actually done village trading. I've just never got a good opportunity to. But I've
Yeah,
got stuff
plus,
like infinity books before.
It's all
yeah.
on chance too, because like
Yeah.
I can tell you, I've played almost 80 recorded rounds at this point, and I rarely run across villages too. Like I've run into villages maybe 7 or 8 out of the 75 hand attempts that I've had, so
Yeah.
it's all chance, really.
Yeah. What can you do?
If no one else has anything to add, Americ, you have anything to add for this, or?
I haven't listened to half of it, so I wouldn't know what to add. So.
All right.
Well, then we will continue on with probably our biggest topic on this list, Discord versus Skype, and we're gonna go with just in terms of recorded rounds for now. We're not gonna talk about better things.
I'd like to add my
Okay.
input right now as a
Okay. Okay, well, hold on. Would anyone like to get us started?
Yes.
Michael?
Hello. So as we're speaking, actually, I'm currently in the process of transitioning the Desire chat to Discord. The biggest problem, really, with it is that everybody is used to Skype and they don't want to change. But here's the
Yeah.
thing, alright? I've been using Skype for 7 years, and it's really buggy. Actually, I think Katie brought up something recently, too. Jasmine fucking had to do something like make an entirely new Skype
Oh
or
yeah,
some bullshit.
I'll explain what happened there. I got a new PC and I logged into Skype using my email, but because I didn't log into Skype. I used my email through Microsoft to log into my Skype, but instead of logging into my Skype, it made a new Skype account with the same email address instead of logging to be the one that already existed on that email. So I had to jump through some hoops to try and get back on my old account, which shouldn't ever have to happen.
And in
Yeah.
addition, Discord just makes organizing easier. If you have like
absolutely.
subs or something and you don't want them to see a specific like section of discussion, you can just make a channel and have everybody aside from the sub be able to view it.
You can
And-
have like an announcements chat, a season
Exactly,
chat, all that
yeah.
stuff. It's all there.
It's a lot easier to grab everybody's attention all at once, whereas with Skype you have to send I have to send 30 batch messages to everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, also,
Desire.
this is kind of unrelated, but at the same time, like, not really. Like, Michael and I have been in the IPL, which is the Pokemon League, for a while. And like, when we made this transition to Discord, it made everything so much easier, I think.
Yeah, it was a lot rougher in Skype.
Yeah,
but-
like Skype, like no one ever really checks Skype. We're like in this, like you send like the @everyone message, and like it's all good.
Oh my god. I actually
biggest
love the fact that
problem-
you can add people on Discord. It's so handy.
Yeah.
Like individual messages.
That's another thing too, is with Discord you can set it so that nobody can create an invite link aside from the organizers, so you can't just have random people like memeing and adding people to a chat.
Yeah.
Cough, Kevin, yeah.
I also want to point out that like, especially like I never use Skype on my computer. I've been using it on my phone forever. Like, but now
here.
with the new mobile Skype,
Oh
I have to
mobile
use it.
mobile
I hate
Skype
the
is
new Skype.
horrible right now.
I have never used.
There's actually currently a bug with it where if you add somebody to a chat and you're the chat administrator, it makes them administrator as well. So it's like you have to kick them and then re-add them in order to have like them not be able to kick other people.
Yeah. It's been so many months since I've even had Skype open on my computer. I've just been going off it through mobile, but I still have, I think, 2 rounds that don't even have a Discord. But most of my rounds either have a Discord alternative or just full out Discord, which I appreciate. It's the next wave.
I think I'm in one round that doesn't have it.
I'm in like 11 recorded rounds right now, and only 5 of them have Discord servers.
Uh,
So
I think
I don't know.
I don't know
I-
which one.
I'm
only in one that doesn't have. Or no, 2 that don't have it actually.
I'm considering like reviving the one I made for Out of Orbit like 4 months ago, and I messaged Sir about fully switching, and the thing he said to me was no, because we already have everyone in one chat, so it's just a pain in the ass to move
yeah,
them.
it's just a matter of people refusing to change to Discord when
And,
Skype
like,
is clearly the buggiest
it-
software alive.
And I would love to switch to Discord, but we have those outliers of like, for example, like JV Game Pro, if you know who
Yeah.
that is,
Yeah.
where the only time he ever plays Minecraft is Out of Orbit, and I don't think he even plays PC games anymore. So him downloading like an entire new program and all this shit, it's just like out of the way.
Yeah.
Like it's good what it is, and it's been working for 3 years almost. So,
But yeah, if I were to start another record ground today, I would probably
Do
just make a
Discord.
Discord and
Yeah.
straight up not
One
have
thing,
a Skype chat.
one thing I do absolutely love about Discord for an RR standpoint is not because the thing is TeamSpeak is still the best for actually using a voice server for
Yes.
recording, but since Discord has voice servers inside of it, it adds a lot more interaction with the group in that you all have this one shared place to hop into if you want to just play games or something. Which I know we've had a lot of use of that in the Pathfinder Discord.
Oh, totally.
We've spent a lot of time in there just playing games with other people and hanging out with the group, which is a lot of fun. Without having to all go, all right, well, we'll get you this Discord. No, we'll get you this TeamSpeak. Here's the IP. Join here. Just hop in this voice channel.
Yeah.
Plus,
it's a lot more inclusive.
Plus, now if you compare Discord and Skype, they're pretty much the exact same thing at this point, with Discord adding video calling and screen sharing.
Well, not yet. But
Well,
we're still working
yeah,
on that.
they're still working on it, but it's coming, so that's what's important. And in addition, like Discord still has the edge with the ability to tag everybody at once and have different channels for different things.
and then, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, it's just I don't know. Like, I think the biggest problem, like I've said multiple times already, is people's refusal to change from what they're adapted to already.
Alright, I'm not gonna lie, this conversation convinced me to make a bit Discord.
Good.
Like,
just made
I
one?
just made it.
Nice.
Yeah, I like I said, I may revive the out of orbit one because it's like the out of orbit one right now is more like a friend group one, and they're like half of them are not even in out of orbit. But yeah,
you can still keep those people too, and just have member ranks, and just have the people who are playing see certain channels.
Mhm.
So
I
Yeah.
think that like there are certain rounds that I don't think we'll ever get Discord. I think you can agree with me on this one, Michael. That I don't think Ambition will ever get a Discord.
WMC will never move to
Yeah,
Discord
that-
either.
I don't think, and if Ambition does get a Discord, it'll be around like season like 80, because I don't think
Yeah.
he's ever gonna make a switch.
Yeah.
No, doesn't like Keoki hate Discord?
Yes.
Yoki has joined the Desire Discord, and I've seen him online one time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I ju-
also we have to think that Discord was made specifically for gamers, while Skype is more of a it's like an
Business
overall
or
communication.
personal.
I have some
Vivos or
IRL friends on Skype who love to make fun of me and laugh at me because it has Linboy on there, but you know.
And that's where Discord comes
Yeah,
in.
when I moved flat and having to give my mum my Skype account, God, that was hard to explain that. But
Dominic, what's Chasmic?
I just
Something like that.
I just
My
had to,
porn name.
I just had to kind of like pass it off as like, oh, like it was like an old name I had when I was 12, don't use it anymore.
The hard thing
friends
to
called you
explain is my
Chasmic?
Fox profile picture.
Oh, I'd imagine.
Well, yeah, I've actually like switched my
Yeah,
profile picture to a Galaxy because I've IRL people on there.
yeah. That's the reason why my Skype name is Aaron with a music note,
Skinny
and then
Aaron.
my name. Nope, not Skinny Aaron.
Guinea Hen 28.
Yeah, I think
I'm
Len,
pretty
do
sure
you
it's
remember
Aaron.
when everyone in whatever TS we used sent my Skype around? Were we not around for that? That was back when
No.
Slow Pro was around. He sent like 15 people.
Goddamn.
Yeah,
Something
but
like that.
I think the discussion's pretty much
Yeah.
Concludes.
I just have an opinion. Like, I'm not gonna be organizing around anytime soon. But
Okay, Lego.
All right. But I just like everyone else has been saying, Discord is so much better for this. Like, it's,
I don't see what Skype offers over Discord at that point besides the
Nothing.
convenience of
Like,
having people
literally-
already there.
like okay, like the most recent thing that Skype has added is like adding people in a message. Like,
Yeah.
and other than that, like, it's ridiculous.
Yeah. They're not keeping up, man. I mean, I think like I
Skype
know
even
that-
actually added reactions after Discord had them, so Skype's still trying to like.
Skype is trying to catch up.
It's trying, but it's not gonna.
Not doing a very
happen.
good job.
I mean, I know people use Skype. Like, I know that my dad has had to use Skype for like work calls or
Recorded
whatever.
rounds? Oh,
No, yeah, for that too. But like, man, I think they've already lost so many people. I was hesitant to trying out Discord, but I kind of love it at this point. It's just so well optimized and put together. I find it
just wish
hard
I
not
saw-
to get used to.
I just wish I saw more active Discords because I'm in like 10
Yeah,
Discords and I never
the
see anyone talking in
the
any of them.
evolution Discord exists, but nobody ever speaks in it.
Yeah,
So
I never see anyone really talking. Maybe I'm just not in the right Discords, but I don't ever see anybody in like channels talking.
I don't know. I'm only in one active one. But I wish there was more of like a central one with like a lot of people in it that was super active.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
That'd be fun.
Yeah.
But
Oh well, what can you do?
I mean, I
Yeah.
made a Discord for a bunch of my friends, but nobody used it just because everybody had like
Well,
TeamSpeak and all that stuff handy
I recently
already.
made a
I was in
Discord for
that.
playing games like Cards Against Humanity and Words That Follow, and that's pretty active at least, which I'm pretty
Well, hey.
proud of.
We used that just a couple hours ago, just for some cash talk
Did?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we did.
with Frigid. Yeah,
That's right.
shout out to Frigid.
No, don't
Why not?
don't reward him.
Okay.
All right.
Next topic,
so
shall we?
Okay, so next up, number
This
5.
is gonna be an interesting
Yeah,
one.
and
You
I
guys
think
want
we,
me to say a
Alright.
lot about this
Well,
one?
Oh well,
I
we're gonna
have
talk about
some
the It's
stuff to
Panda
say,
one
too.
first.
Well, we've also got Grant.
Yeah, I've got a
here.
lot to say about this one. This is my
But,
topic.
and I think Grant, a lot of us have stuff to say. I think.
Yeah.
But, all right. So, should the
Yeah.
actions of an organizer affect a round's reputation? Who wants to start?
Mind if I introduce this one because I suggested it.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
So the reason I came up with this topic is related to Desperation UHC Season 1, which was now posted a few weeks ago, organized by It's Panda, which got a lot of flack, not really for, like, because it was only after the intro was posted. It didn't get a lot of flack for the intro, because, I mean, the intro was good, but a lot of flack for stuff that It's Panda had done outside of the subreddit itself in relation to the round. He got a lot of shit for that, especially afterwards when all that was over. He just dug himself a further hole. So I brought up the topic: should a round be punished for what the organizer has done in the past?
Now, I wanna keep this It's Panda topic on here because there was a huge thing on Twitter. I think a bunch of us saw it.
he was drunk.
But this involved Zentian as well. Zentian made a great
Yeah,
episode.
he didn't
And-
think things through clearly.
And so he claimed he told Zentian to not post it on Reddit, and then Zentian posted a Skype conversation where I quote, "Please post this to the Reddit tomorrow," from It's Panda, and then It's Panda responded with, "LOL, nice photoshopped image." So like, how can anyone
Dig
be that
yourself
dumb?
deep.
Oh,
Peter.
here you go. Here's my Skype account. Look at it for yourself. It exists.
Yeah, like I don't. Like, he's so dumb. Like I don't. It honestly bothered me because like I'm not gonna throw anyone under the bus. I'll throw It's Panda under the bus. Actually, this guy's actually like the dumbest person I've ever seen. Like,
I
how-
don't know if he's even worth discussing here. I'm gonna
Yeah,
Well, okay,
no,
well, I just want to point
we-
out where like I'm gonna give it. Okay, so like I think if someone that was like Merrick, you're not saying much. We'll use you as an example.
Oh,
If
dear.
you organized a round and you were like a really shitty person, but everyone knew who you were, I'm kind of curious to see if you would get as much backlash. Like if Merrick was like, "Oh fuck this intro maker, he didn't listen to me" or whatever, would people give America as much backlash as It's Panda got
You mean today?
today?
Like,
Like today,
at, like-
right now.
Yeah.
The round came out.
No.
Not
Exactly.
as much, but I still think you get
I
shit.
think
Yeah,
I
he'd
think
get
he
some.
gets shit,
Mm.
but
be
not as
shot.
Well,
much.
Merrick's
yes.
also not very dumb at all either. He knows what he's doing.
For
He's
all we
smart.
Not that I just keep myself quiet, but you know.
Underneath that quiet demeanor.
Yeah, but
Okay.
something like that.
Who wants to go
Okay.
next?
I think
I'll tackle this.
I think the simple answer is yes. The complicated answer is no.
Okay, I'll go on the complicated side. So basically, I have my own experience of this because, as you all know, I think last summer I got UBL for X-ray, and I'm not sure if there was a whole lot of backlash. I don't remember it a whole lot, but I think there was a lot of talk going around that I would end the round purely because of that, and obviously I didn't, and. I think it's situational, like every other thing. It's situational. Like, say for example, I went publicly on Twitter and I added Green saying that my round is way better than his round. That's personally my action. No one else in the round, but it's gonna reflect poorly on my round because it has to do with my round. If you know what I mean.
Yeah,
But,
that
like,
makes sense.
But like I X-rayed, but once again, I think I put a lot of work in out of orbit, and I don't think that should be overshadowed over a poor decision I made.
And the thing is, like, you also kind of paid for it. You didn't play All Stars, which was like, I think that was kind of like everyone.
Well, that's
like,
just sort of like a minor setback
yeah,
because
it was like a
Out
minor
of Orbit
that was-
still appeared.
That
It's
was
not-
the.
I still
well,
think that like if
Out of Orbit
got
would have
shit
gotten
for that,
removed,
it would have been
that
bad.
would have been really stupid. In
Yeah,
my
it wouldn't
opinion.
have been appropriate. Yeah.
Like I was completely fine. Like I told Ferry when he messaged me, I'm like, I'm just appreciative that you're letting Out of Orbit play it because that's where I would have had the issue. Like I didn't care that I wasn't playing because obviously I deserved it, but that's where that complicated no comes from. Like if Out of Orbit would have gotten the repercussion purely because of something I did, like 2 years of work purely because of a stupid decision, that would have been really shit.
I do think, though, that people judge the round based on the organizers' decisions, whether they want to or not. Like, I think it's kind of like a thing that people do really without noticing. Like, I do know that people kind of didn't think greatly about Out of Orbit at the time when you X-rayed, even though it was clear that... Because when was that when you did that? That would have been around the time...
It was like June.
Yes, that was
year.
shortly after Season 5, right? After that was put out or something?
Yeah, it was like a month after or something.
Yeah, and Season 5, I think, was a really good season generally. So I do think that people kind of looked at it a little poorly, but I think you did the right thing and just, choosing just to kind of ignore it and just move on. And now it's not even like, I think everybody's forgotten about that.
Yeah, I don't think
so.
anyone's mentioned the X-ray to me in over a year.
Yeah.
But
Well,
yeah.
I could talk a little bit on that, but a different sort of reaction.
Yeah, if you will.
So, when I put out, so let's go all the way back to January, and there was that large 3-day Twitter drama war between basically everybody in the community, and this focuses mainly on Simply Sam, who I didn't personally ever see coming to my defense. He was like liking their the memes against me and that kind of stuff, and that's kind of offensive to me. And he was someone who was kind of added on the word of others to my round, and I didn't really personally know him, and I didn't feel personally comfortable having him in my round at the time, so I removed him. And then I also removed John Spacepod, who was in my round at the time. And then I also removed 50 Cents, not because of drama or anything, but because she only wanted to team with Sam that season. Like, she said she wasn't going to play if she couldn't team with Sam. So those 3 were removed, and then the word was spread around that I basically removed every Harvard person in my round, which was false, because Coolest, Bliv, Acorn was in my round at the time, and a few others that I can't really say yet. They were all still in the round. I didn't remove them because I was more comfortable in the fact that they were my friends and that they stuck up for me and that kind of stuff. But that obviously came with some backlash. So people took it as I was just removing people because they were in Harvard, and I hated Harvard and all that kind of stuff, which led to a few people leaving my round, that kind of stuff. We were scheduled to be on the podcast, and then I was told I was blacklisted, like even myself. And so then all that drama happened, and they even like came back a few months later with like Unknown Season 2, Sam and Emily teamed, and they named their team like Just a Little Bit or something. I was like, okay, haha, there's your joke. And then the trailer comes out, and then it starts getting shit posted on, and people saying like, where's Sam and Emily, and like that kind of thing. But the thing is that the trailer obviously included my own work, which I spent several hours on, other people's work, which took forever to do, Phenom's logos and such. And so it was kind of, I think personally, for a situation like that, it was kind of shitty for them to just meme about that, which had a bunch of work put into it, and was, again, also my round, which, like Grant said about him and Out of Orbit, is like, I still put a lot of effort into that after everything that had happened. And so I'm really glad, by the way, that Frost actually came in and removed the shitpost comments, like, of his own will. So God bless Frost. So it was kind of the different reaction where it was 7 or 8 months later, and people were still holding it over me in the round. And I'm really thankful that it did not end up hurting the round's reputation, and the controversy might have actually sparked a little attention towards it. So, I don't know, that's kind of the story. Do you guys have anything to say about that specifically?
I have a lot to say, because
Oh, well,
I'm in the exact same boat as Lenboy.
I want to go first.
A lot of people are. No, you're not going first
What?
because you're not an organizer and I am, and I've
Nigga,
had a
shut
similar
up.
situation.
Fine.
So
Lego's
as
definitely
many
an
people are aware from numerous Twitter memes that have been created, at the end of season 6 of Desire, Tommy and I spoke to each other for a while, deciding on who we would like to stay and who we would like to leave.
Oh God! No.
And so here we are, talking for like an hour. After an hour, we come up with the decision to remove 9 players. And
Who'd you remove?
a few of these players joked about it, obviously, because I guess it's funny to joke about being kicked from a recorded round. I don't really understand why, but yeah, so the players kicked were Phenom Cloud, Oblivion to You, Basepod, Mr. Sonic Fan. And Mr. Sonic Fans was actually quite justified because he was suspended for Season 6 due to spoiling some of Season 5. And from that point onward, he just sort of had like a bitter attitude towards it. Of course, I'm friends with him now. Like, I was upset with him at the time, but we're all good. And I'm trying to scroll all the way back up to find out who else we kicked. I don't remember specifically
I have
who
the
it
list
was.
here if you want me to
Oh,
list
do
the rest
you?
of
Yeah,
them.
send it to me.
Alright, can I just say them or do you want me to send
Yeah,
it?
just go ahead and say them, I guess.
So top to bottom is Sonic, Bliv, John, Spacepod, Oyubook, Duroc Project, Smelly, and Phenom. That's the list.
Okay.
Oh,
yeah.
Oyubook doesn't exist anymore. So I don't
Yeah,
know.
that's why he
Oyubook
was
doesn't
yeah.
exist. He was
I have
removed
the
for an
reasons
activity.
here too.
Oh, you do? Okay, yeah. Go ahead and say them, I guess, if you want.
Wait, what are these?
Are you sure? Should I send it to you and see what you do?
Yeah,
and
actually, yeah, send me it. And
What are
I'll
these?
decide whether to...
The reasons.
The
The
reasons,
reasons for
were
why
all
everybody was kicked, yeah. So where are you sent? Okay,
There
on
you go.
just Discord. Yeah. So Sonic's was sort of due to... Yeah, he spoiled, and if you watch his Season 5 footage, if he even has it up, I assume he does, because, obviously. His quality is not very good at all either, which led Tommy and I to believe that, I don't know, he just wasn't taking it as seriously. Bliv was removed due to just, I don't know, Tommy felt uncomfortable having Bliv in the round at the time, and I just agreed with it, because if Tommy's uncomfortable with it, this is something with people being removed from recorded rounds. If the organizer's uncomfortable with you, I consider it justified if they remove you from the round. Because, like, they have to deal with you and whatnot. And for example, actually, no, I won't say that. But yeah, like, obviously there are justified reasons, like OU, for example, being kicked. OU's never going to play Desire or Minecraft ever again, probably. John was kicked because, once again, Tommy and I were sort of iffy on adding him, and he was a sub in the first place anyway. So it wasn't guaranteed. It wasn't like he was voted in or anything. He was a sub, and we were iffy about having him. The Rock Project, I can tell you personally, like, I like Dan a lot. I think he's a pretty funny person. But a lot of people feel uncomfortable with him, and for such reasons, putting him on a team for Season 6 was absolutely, like, the hardest thing that we had to do. Smelly was simply removed just because he didn't upload. And from there on, he has, I'm pretty sure, privated all his recorded ground episodes on his channel, so that's cool. And then Phenom was just removed due to, once again, us just thinking that, I don't know, he wasn't a great fit.
Yeah.
Something else I forgot to mention about the bit thing is, like, when the drama was happening, I personally apologized to John, Sam, and Emily myself twice, and extended an invite back to the round to all 3 of them, and the only one of them that I actually even heard back from was John, who said, yeah, he understood, and then he ended up joining back, but then he left again. So, I did recognize it was a shitty mistake in the moment decision.
Yeah,
But
I don't know.
I think I did all that I could have.
With your situation, Len, I understand the kicking of Sam, but I don't really get why you would kick Emily just because she wanted to team with Sam.
No,
I
like
think
she said she was leaving the round after that season,
okay.
and she was not going to team with anyone but Sam. So it was like
that's just a
Yeah.
then, never mind.
From an outsider's perspective, that was a very poor situation because all I heard was that like, I know Sam was talking about how he said that he didn't do anything and he was never aggressive to you, so he had no idea why he was kicked, and he thought it was totally unjustified. And I heard that like people were just like furious at it, and I never really heard anything from the round side, so I never really had anything else to go off of for that opinion.
I think it was because I didn't really put myself out there to say that, because it was during the drama when people were just making memes about me, shitting on me, just honestly putting words in my mouth too, and I was absolutely like crushed, demotivated, that kind of thing, and I didn't think anyone would really care to listen to me if I put myself out there at the time.
Yeah.
And so since then I've been like trying to message a few certain people which I have respect for, and I want there to not be bad blood between, and trying to sort that out, and it's been working for the most part. So
yeah.
Yeah, from another outsider's perspective on all three of your situations, being Grant, Len, and Mikey, I think that like if it's not made public, I guess it won't be as big a deal. But in Grant's situation, he got UBL, so that's pretty public. Len was just an incredibly unfortunate situation in which it all just happened at the same time, where like there was drama happening, and then you remove people, and then it was within the drama happening, we just caused it more. But there's really no like avoiding that in the situation. Like it was all just like poorly timed as well. And
then mine and Tommy's was just us clearing people out.
That's just removing people. Like that's not even
Yeah.
that big a
Yeah,
deal.
I never even saw much of an issue with that, but I do know the couple people I talked to.
The big
were not
issue I
very
had
happy
with it was the biggest issue I had with it was that some people are upset, and I understood that. But at the same time, like, you have to understand that for the most part, our reasons were justified.
There was a backing.
The whole desire thing happened when I did not have my phone and it broke, so I hadn't been on Twitter in like a week.
Mhm.
So I came back and I had like a bunch of notifications. Then I looked at like some like tweet like threads, and then I saw the desire thing, but like a bunch of tweets were deleted, so I was so misinformed of that.
The person who handled it best, or the people who handled it best, were definitely Phenom and Bliv.
Well, I didn't even know. See, I know Phenom handled it well because I didn't even know Phenom was ever in the round.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think he ever mentioned it.
Phenom never commented on it. Yeah, I just spoke with him about it like afterwards, and he was fine with it. So.
Yeah.
I think we're missing the one round that I personally think has been the most, apart from Desperation obviously, that was most affected by actions of the organisers related to the round, which is Folktales, which was basically killed. Which was basically killed after what happened.
What did they do again?
I
Rising Stars.
still think that was completely undeserved. I don't know why any hate was given to the round, because first of all, it was those three people that did that. It was the situation itself was a complete misunderstanding. It wasn't even like they did anything on purpose. It was just they didn't notice that he was saying stuff in chat, and then they looked like bad people, but that has nothing to do with the recorded round. And then the trailer came out the week after Rising Stars, and it got like 0 upvotes. People just downvoted it and hated on it so much, just for the fact that, oh, it's Kingsley and Sam's round. Weren't they the people that killed Bobby the Turtle in Rising Stars? Not liking that one.
Okay, I have a few things to say about that.
Yeah.
One, it's Bobby. No one gives a shit.
Okay, fair enough.
Two, I agree with you that they did nothing wrong, but didn't one of them help up after they died?
Yeah, I think that was a little
like, oh,
unnecessary.
we're never gonna play this again. We're
Or
gonna
they
be
said,
all
like-
stars or something like. What
Yeah,
the
they
hell?
wait
said
for the
something.
redo or
They said
something?
something
Yeah, they
sort of
said
scummy like that. Yeah.
they said something like "message me back when the redo's happening" or something
Yeah,
like that. Yeah.
okay. So first of all, I get that they killed Bobby and that he said something in chat. I'm like, okay, it's pretty bad, I guess.
That's one thing.
Yeah, that's one thing. But then to say that in Help Op, where there are going to be op people who are going to see that message, it's like, really, say it in the Skype chat. Like,
To
don't
me,
even,
it's still a complete exaggeration of.
I
Yeah, it was
agree with
a bad
exaggeration,
situation, but
at
I
the
don't
same time,
understand
Max,
how
at the
that.
same time, though, you don't just say that in a round. Like,
I'm
if
not.
I-
No, I'm not endorsing
like,
it. I'm not
if I die in
endorsing it at
Ambition
all.
and I say kill, let me know when the redo's happening. This is a
Yeah,
shit
Jinko
season.
kills
I'm
3/4
getting
of the
kicked
game.
immediately.
Yeah.
I don't care what anyone. I died to Flap. I didn't even say that. Like,
I'm not endorsing it at all. I don't think they should have done that. I'm just saying that I don't think that should have impacted the round as heavily as it
agree.
unfortunately
Yeah,
I don't
did.
think. I don't think the
it
trailer
was
should have been
definitely
as
amplified.
effective like that.
It was also incredibly poor timing that the trailer came out right after Rising Stars happened.
Yeah.
That was just bad timing. If it
Doesn't-
had given like a couple months, I don't think anybody would have cared. But man, yeah, it was just a
There's
set
another
of unfortunate
round.
circumstances.
There's another round that I was thinking of about this. I don't remember it now, and it's really gonna bother me until I remember it. Oh God,
Well, besides anything mentioned, I don't think there's been a situation where the organizer has done something that's flat out tarnished the reputation of the round. I don't think, but I could be wrong.
Okay, so are we done with this topic, or have anything else?
If I may,
go ahead.
relate it back to the topic, should the actions of an organizer affect
Oh, yeah.
round's reputation? Related to my rounds, when people started shitposting on the bit thing, I made a couple tweets saying that, please take Back in Time as a separate thing for myself and your opinion of me. So many others have put effort, time, and energy into the round, and it's not fair for everyone's hard work to be hurt just because it's me. Take my round for its quality, not because it's mine, and I think that last comment should really summarize what it should be, is the round still good? Is the round still a quality thing, regardless of who runs it?
Yeah, and I think that people just take it as if they don't like you, that's an easy way to express that because it is your creation. So even if it's not, the most morally correct thing to do.
Let's say
yeah. I'll go.
Derpy Dose just randomly makes the best recorder ground on the planet.
Oh my god!
Oh, it's gonna download to hell. Yeah, it's
Exactly.
Can you imagine?
bye.
I don't think
0%
I just
uploaded.
like the idea of this amazing intro coming with the best roster ever. But it's fucking at the end of the intro it goes organized by Derpy Dose.
I don't think anyone who has a series where they hack in Reddit games is gonna get a well-received intro.
Yeah.
I don't think any. Okay. I think Derpy Dose is one of the funniest people ever. And I'm gonna say,
It's a
incredibly
really
in
interesting
Kyoki's 4-year montage, Derpy Dose goes, great montage, but why'd you include the Jew? and then one of the Ambition intros goes, wow, what a great intro, but I see another Jew in here. What's up with that? He is my favorite person on the Reddit.
He has a really interesting taste in intros. If you ever look through his
I don't
comments,
know.
he likes some ones and then he dislikes other ones, and it's always a toss-up. Is Derpy gonna like it?
Where's Dita?
It's
Dude,
like
he liked
Andrew
the
making
bit
the intro
intro.
like,
If your
Derpy
intro
Dose
has
likes
Dita,
it.
He liked,
wins.
yeah, he liked the Out of Orbit 7 intro because it had Dita in it. I knew he would.
Oh, Len, how did he take the Back in Time 4 intro? Any word?
Okay, actually, his one comment he left on the Back in Time 4
Where's
intro
the,
was, Team Scribbler is in full diamond.
That's
What?
probably positive.
What?
By the way, I'm just gonna.
But wait, let me check out the trailer and see what he left there, because I know he
I'm
left
just gonna
something.
mention this
He
about
said something
Derpy.
about Dita in there.
I'm gonna mention this about Derpy. Derpy is currently on the UBL. His main is UBL'd for usage of a hacked client, 4th offense, plus usage of a hacked client, 6th offense, plus evasion. He is on the UBL for
He's not coming
165 months. He is
Let me
officially.
just use
That's like when
What
AWOC
is-
got UBL'd for 3 years.
He is
That's
officially. He is officially on the UBL until July 10th, 2029.
Okay, wait. I want to point out that 165
It's
months in
2029.
years is 13 and 3/4 years.
Yeah.
In 2029, catch
I don't even know
me
if-
teaming with Derpitos. That's all I'm
I
saying.
can't wait. I can't wait until 2029 when I'm playing at UAT with my pal Derpitos. I want to point out that if he hacks again and UBL evades, he's gonna be killed. He'll be dead before he can play UAT.
We should probably stop.
Are we
We're
done with our
very
Derpitos
far off
topic?
track
Yeah, we're
now.
done,
This
Yeah.
wasn't an
Yeah.
appreciation podcast for him.
All right, so let's go into. I think Len suggested this topic. The WMC contest.
I did.
Oh, you did.
Yeah.
Well,
I
let's say
think
Len did,
I
she's
think the
like,
criteria for this one is very odd.
It's
Well,
it's
I
hard
don't
to
think it's odd because
understand.
my partner's in this TS channel.
I
Hey.
almost don't like how
you like
open
it.
I
it
was
is.
I was gonna submit a entry to it, but then I realized, oh, I have no talent whatsoever, so this is
Well,
unfortunate.
It's I don't
That's why I
particularly know
chose
what to go
Grant.
for. I don't know what's gonna be a good submission, what's gonna be a bad submission.
Oh,
What
The
is a
idea
good
is
idea
teamwork,
for
and they
this?
suggest you make songs and things.
It's okay. Well, I was spoiled by someone else who got spoiled by someone else who got spoiled. The plan by Brink and Kai Smarty Pants for their
Oh, what
they're-
is it?
Oh, I
they're
got
making an
invited to that
entire
plan.
recorded round for it or something. I think this WMC contest is pretty cool in the aspect that literally the only criteria is you and your best bud do something. So
But see, that
I
just
was
means that
gonna
I have
grab
like no
Fukano.
idea what to do because
I was
want
gonna
to
grab Fukano. Sorry, I'm cutting you off, Max. Hardcore.
whatever. All
Yeah,
good.
well,
I
that's
was gonna
you.
grab Fukano. And I was gonna my idea was, oh, we're just gonna fucking build some stupid thing and talk about ourselves
Like,
using like a redstone contraption or some bullshit where we have to
I almost
work
think
with each
it's,
other.
It's
Like,
like
what if
so.
what if I
Yeah.
met up with Lego? We went around like fucking. We vlogged the entire thing. We like spray painted WMC art like on the fucking buildings and shit. Like we get accepted.
we printed out pictures of all the WMCs, like put it on like restaurants and shit.
Or we get an entire like IRL rap. We go to like the ghettos of Philadelphia and get like a whole crew behind of us.
Well, no, because Grant and I have a pretty like solid idea. It's executing it, which is what we have to figure out.
Kate Pierce and I were planning on both submitting applications for Survivor and then going on the show, winning it, and submitting that as our plan.
Well,
Oh my god.
it's almost
Joke's
like
on
so
you, Lynn.
open-ended.
I'm gonna be on Survivor, New York City, where
It's
we're on
almost-
fucking like Staten Island or whatever.
Fuck, which pizza place are we going to today?
It's
I don't
almost
have
like
enough
so.
quarters.
It's almost like so open-ended that I don't even know what I want to do. Like I have so many ideas, but to actually figure out which one
yeah,
I
you
want to do
can't really
something.
be like you have to. It's pure creativity. It's
Yeah,
not.
and I really want to do something with like drawing, or I want to figure out something where I can draw something and make that happen. But it's like my teammate is like a really dumb guy, and I don't know if I'm gonna be able to make
The
it work with
Daredevil
him.
Dawson.
Oh, you know who would really work well with this?
Who?
What's his name?
Learning.
Damn it. Danny the Cool and the guy
Oh,
who's
serious.
Yes, if they could make
and,
like
I
an
don't
whole
know this guy,
animation.
but the
Yeah.
dumb guy Max is talking about is Brownage HD, aka Kevage HD.
Oh,
So
you mean
that one.
Kevtation?
Yeah,
Temptation.
yeah, okay. We're not gonna get into that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm pretty excited about my teammate.
The only criteria that
Yeah, I'm
I
pretty
sort
sad
of
that you had a teammate, Dom.
the only,
Yeah.
the only major criteria I think that needs to be covered is the video needs to be high quality and creative.
yeah.
I mean, I agree with it, but like, if you can record in decent quality, and like, I think you have a decent chance at that point. Like,
I want to see somebody do one that's intentionally so dumbed down and not creative that it's creative because of how not creative it is.
yeah, well,
It's got to be
Grant,
really
let's-
meta.
Just
Grant,
really
let's get
meta.
on.
Mine was gonna be me and Fukano like use slime blocks and a redstone contraption to shoot each other up in the air and like build WMC or something.
Build,
in the
just build
sky.
WMC. Just build around.
Yeah, build.
It's
like,
gonna
the
be me and
logo
Lego
or
making a
something.
sex tape.
yeah,
that's
no,
pure
I'm gonna
teamwork.
be wearing Bergasm's head, and I don't know what Grant's gonna be wearing, but
Oh, I have an answer, but I'm not saying it. So.
don't say it.
All right.
All right, are we done with the WMC
Barry's
contest?
head.
America, you haven't said anything. What's your opinion on the WMC contest?
Wait, maybe a question that we could talk about is like, out of the couples that you know are submitting applications, which ones would you want to see get in there?
I have
High
no
Smarty
idea.
Pants
I
and
have no
Brink.
idea who's making.
I want
I-
High Smarty Pants and Brink to win.
I
was gonna
really
say-
want to
was
see
gonna
Bad
say,
Fan and Thin
if
White
it
Male
was-
get in
If
there.
it was Sir and Grant, I'd say them, but Sir isn't in it, so.
I was gonna do it with Sir, but then Sir said that if he won, he wouldn't join. So
He would
I'm
just
doing
carry
it
you
with
to
Kid
victory.
Fierce.
Oh God.
I don't know. I'm doing it with the mop.
2012
The
back
mop.
in the game.
I had to think about it too
Oh.
because I was like, okay, who am I gonna do it with? And I thought of like a list of like 5 people, and I'm like, wait, all of them are probably in WMC already.
Yeah.
Like
Just do one with
the,
Sir.
the,
Yeah,
few
sounds
that I,
awesome.
the,
Gibbs
few
Craft.
that, the
Yes.
few that I thought of were like Fukano, BJ, Glitchy, like a bunch of Australian people basically that I wanted to see in. And then like I was like, oh, Ripper, and then I'm like, wait, Ripper's already there, duh.
I'm mad with Fairy Beef. I made like the best app ever, but it was 3 people.
God damn it.
I saw.
I
wouldn't be
asked,
able
I,
to.
I asked Kaoki, and Kaoki's like, no, too busy. I'm like, what?
I saw Burning and Heroin talking in a Discord chat about doing. I was like, weren't you both already in WMC?
Yeah, they could both join back if they want.
All right,
Good.
so let's move on.
The
to,
contest
Okay.
should be interesting.
This is
the
gonna
next-
be a really fun topic.
And I
Oh,
want to
yeah.
I want to get it started, if you don't mind. We're gonna talk
Please.
about All Stars 4. So All Stars 3 is a pretty good season. Now, this is if All Stars 4 is even happening. Like, I assume it is. But
Let's just put it this way. All Stars 3 was recorded on August 20th last year.
okay.
We're
being
recording
recorded
this
tomorrow?
episode on August 19th.
Oh,
Oh,
hey.
so it's coming out tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow, guys,
Anyway,
check the
but I just want to
subreddit.
point
Yes.
out that if
Oh fuck! Is that tomorrow?
I liked All Stars 3, but the amount of new rounds that joined was like, I think, a lot. which is why I have 3 rounds that I think should be in the next All-Stars season. I think Pathfinder should be in it. This is the 7th season, right?
Yeah.
7th season, pretty good round. Cataclysm, I think it should be in it, but
Pathfinder, Cataclysm, and Frenzy are my 3.
I agree with Frenzy. Okay, I was just gonna say Frenzy. Now, I was gonna. Grant knows this. I used to not like the round Frenzy too much, but since being re-added and being re-added to like the organizers thing, they're really trying hard again, and it's. I hope and like they already have 10 seasons, so like, and I think a lot of people wanted them in the 3rd season as well.
They almost got voted in, didn't they? They were like really close.
Yeah, that's what I heard. I'm not
No, the plan I heard.
No, they were
they
not allowed to
weren't.
play due to some certain circumstance.
Oh, my bad.
Okay, well, this is a story I had. I don't know how true
I
this
thought that's what
is.
it was.
I'll tell you what happened.
Okay.
Please, give us
Because
insight.
I don't. Green, were you in the chat? For
I
the-
wasn't there as an organizer. I was an
Okay, I was.
Desire at the time.
I'm the only one here that was.
Yeah,
in
you're
there.
the only one that actually knows.
Okay, so there was. I'm trying to think. There were 4 rounds added new. It was me, or Out of Orbit, Desire, Evo, and
Addiction.
what was the other one?
Well,
No,
there was
Addiction.
and
No, it was
Nuzlocke.
not
There was
Addiction.
5
It
new.
was-
Newton? Yeah, no. Newton played
No.
2.
What
It
was the other
wait.
one?
It was Addiction and Nuzlocke.
It was,
the
yeah, it
other
was.
two.
Oh yeah,
Nuzlocke.
addiction.
No.
Nuzlocke.
There were 4 new ones, not including
Evo and Addiction got voted in.
It was Out of Orbit, Nuzlocke, and Desire added, and then Evo got voted in, and then we wanted 1 more, and the 3 votes were Polycraft, Addiction, and Frenzy.
Block
So-
Chaos was also sent an invite, but they declined and
They
were
did
rude about
decline.
it.
Yeah.
Oh.
So basically, we did a vote, and it was between Addiction and Polycraft, and I think Frenzy got 1 vote. And
wow.
Rip.
Here's the story I ended up hearing. Was that all of the R&R team was unconfirmed to make it. So if all of R&R did not make it, then Frenzy would play in place of them. And the team was going to end up being me, Slow, and Sean. So all 3 of us were informed about it because the organizers weren't
What kind
there.
of Frenzy team is that?
What?
I
That
think
has
it was
none
like
of the
just
3 organizers.
It was like the day of that we were told about this, and it was because that none of the organizers were available. So like they contacted Coolest and Joey, who just said that they could make it, and then they suggested us 3 to play if, let's say, by some happenstance we did. I think.
yeah, I can't comment on that because obviously I was gone after like 2 weeks, I think.
Yeah.
But
either
yeah.
way, like I said, like I think me and Green or Michael have the same list of 3 being Pathfinder, Frenzy, and Cataclysm. I think the only reason I'm on the fence about Cataclysm is like the whole cynical thing that happened in season 2, where I don't know if they'd steamroll or not.
no,
I don't know.
That would go past it. I think Cat is going to be in it.
I think Cata deserves it.
I think they just might have to ask them, hey, can you not have a team that's like, can
Yeah,
you not add like
Simply
all
Sam,
really good people?
Walshy, Oblivion
No,
to you.
I don't think they're going to do that either.
Yeah,
because,
I doubt it.
I remember a specific conversation in the All Stars 3 chat. I think it was Burning who said this. He said it doesn't matter. We shouldn't try to like nerf the teams. It's whoever represents the round the best, and if those people end up being really good, then so be it.
Yeah, but at the same time, I think if All Stars 4 happened to be like season 2, people would hate it and just be like, well, why do it then? So I think if you can avoid that by just getting reps who are, they may not be, the top 3, but they're still like, in your top 10 or whatever, I think that's fine.
I don't know.
I think
Let's look at it this
You
way.
can't
The
control
Evo
how a
team,
game plays out.
The
the
Evo
Evo
was
team from
really good
season
for
3
season
was
3.
really good, and it also represents the round really well. That's like one of the most like ideal situations to be in, probably. But here's the thing too, is that everybody obviously wants to win All-Stars because woohoo, you're round 1 All-Stars, congratulations. So it's really just a matter of like people either choosing to go with the idea of choosing representatives correctly, or just choosing players in their round that are good at the game and would help them win.
I think
Yeah.
part of it that should be considered is All Stars 4 is already an iffy thing because of all the rounds that have died. So would it really be All Stars if it were to happen again.
I mean,
Yeah.
Because
I-
you'd be
well, this
missing,
is
you'd be
what
missing
I-
Hilton Quivers, Cynical, and AP, at
this is
least.
well,
This is what
and
I've heard
possibly
from-
risk and reward, if I'm being honest.
No, Arnar's still alive. I asked.
Oh, they are. Oh,
No,
well,
we,
yeah,
we,
they
ta-
had that
we
team
talked
of two
about it
seasons.
with Burning at the meetup, and he's like, "Oh yeah, no, it's alive. We just barely like work on it, or like
That's
we're
how
all busy."
RR has been for the past like 2 years. They just
Yeah.
they're very slow. They don't have to do everything like immediately.
Yeah,
Um,
I would argue that not having the same rounds that played the first 2 seasons or were popular when the first 2 seasons come out, or not having them in All Stars 4 wouldn't remove the All Stars vibe, because the rounds that I would assume would be in it would be rounds that are still popular.
All-star quality, yes.
Yeah,
Well,
they're
I mean,
all-star
you remember
quality,
in
like-
season 2, GGMC was there. And it
And that was,
like,
yeah, that was a dead
That
round
was
at that
yeah, that
point.
was sort of like a surprise team. But here's the thing too. I think it was, I don't know if it was season 2 or season 3, but I know there was planned to be a subreddit mod team.
Oh. All right.
Because the idea around All Stars originally was All Stars, like who represents Reddit, or not really Reddit the best, but I don't know. It's just sort of like an iffy thing which rounds represent it best, which is sort of saying the same thing as which players, but I don't know.
Alright, well,
I
I'm
would
gonna-
say All Stars is a recorded round that shows the most, or the highest quality recorded rounds. It's not encompassing the community, but the recorded rounds of the community.
Yeah.
I'm gonna like, I think Grant, what you just said is pretty good, but like, I'm gonna say like, I think it's just if the round is well known and like the public likes it or whatever, then like you can consider it an all-star. But then there's certain rounds that are like that, but like just don't make the cut exactly.
Yeah,
Like, that's the best
there's
way.
so many
And like
good
that's
rounds
why
as well.
I think like I've been saying, like I'm a bit biased towards Frenzy because I've been organizing it. But like I think like Frenzy and Cataclysm, like they really belong to their Pathfinder. It doesn't have as many seasons as both of them, but it's still a very well known round that is really like it's like very good too.
Bias
So I think,
aside,
like-
I think they deserve it. Yeah.
Yes, like I think
Um,
if you're gonna add 3 rounds, again only 3 would have to be those 3.
We were talking about that, like me, Brody, and Kid Fierce were sitting in a channel, and we were talking about like, okay, if we were to add 3, who would it be? And we agreed on those 3. But then we talked about like who would be other contenders, and the
Lit.
3 we decided on for that would be Polycraft, just because it's been around for a while and it's never really like, you know, it hasn't gotten attention, but it's also not been hated on.
The thing with
Ameliorate and
Polycraft-
Fission are also 2 rounds that are
Well,
like
I can see
close.
Vision All
Okay,
Stars.
the thing,
Well,
the
Ameliorate's
thing
dead.
with the thing with
Yeah.
well, yeah, we
Polycraft
know that
and
now,
Fission
but
is like Fission is on like its 4th season, which is the
Yeah.
only reason I would not
They've had
consider
4
it an all-star.
consistently good.
Phobia
really
Yeah.
played
well-received
season 1
seasons,
when
though.
they were recording season 2.
Yeah, that's
I mean,
true.
Yeah,
and
but
then the third one we agreed on was Bit, and I don't want to like shoot my like I can understand both sides of like being in and not being in, because we don't have as many seasons and we've had some pretty iffy seasons, but that's also part of the reason why I wish season 4 like I want to talk about season 4, but I can't talk about season 4 because it's the best season by far, and I just
Yeah.
it's like there have been people
It's
who have
just
been
a
saying
matter of timing, Len.
yeah,
what
I
you're
know, I
saying
know.
is-
I think that if Back in Time season 4 was released when it was supposed to be released, then I think it'd have a very good chance.
It would, yeah, it would have a
But
probably
as
would
of
have
right
a good
now, like
chance.
nothing against Bit at all. But I don't.
Yeah,
think,
I know.
like,
Yeah,
I-
because
I
the
would say-
3 seasons that have been released, there haven't been any that have really been like, you know,
Right.
I thought Back in
outstanding
Time season
that have
2 was a
really-
really good one.
I know there's been some people who have like said on All Stars 4 potential rounds, like there have been people who have already said season 3, and it makes me just wonder if season 4 had been out by now. Like what? Like I don't want to talk about my round because I hate like bragging or any of that kind of stuff. But it like if season 4 were out right now, would it be like a resounding like yes, Bit for All Stars kind of thing?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I would
still
say-
I still think you need 5 or 6 or more seasons in my
Yeah.
opinion. That's how I see it in my opinion.
Yeah,
I mean,
and like
again,
if-
Phobia season 1, but that was the first season of All Stars, where like not everything was like set in stone. There also weren't that many rounds at the time.
yeah.
So, but now there are a lot more rounds, and especially for this season 4, like Hilton Quiver won't be there, Cynical won't be there. What was the
AP
other one we
won't be
said?
there.
AP won't be there. So that's 3 spots already, and those 3 spots can be filled in with the 3 new rounds we've been talking about. Plus, and
Like-
if you want to add 1 more too, like you can do that.
I'd be
but-
hoping if All Stars 5 were to happen that we'd be in that,
I
and we
think,
definitely
I
have
think,
like
I think that Back in Time, if it can stay consistent, and like there are no like any more like setbacks and all that, then it's a definite thing for.
I'm really hyped for the
All
season 5
Stars
game
All
mode we
Stars
have.
5 is a very forward jump, I
Yeah,
believe.
it's also very-
It's
it's also
iffy
very
to even
far
say
away.
that's gonna happen.
Yeah, season
Yeah.
3, at the end of All Stars 3, everybody was like, all right, now it's really a question of should there be a season 4?
Yeah.
And I think that like season 4 is really gonna like determine
Like
if there's
season
gonna be a
4 is
season.
like
If
Season
entering
4 is
season
going to determine
four.
if there's going to be a season 5, and the only reason I say that is based on how season 4 goes and how many of those rounds stay around for like another year.
If it
Yeah.
blows away everybody, like the best fucking recorded round to ever exist, or coming close to the quality of seasons 1 and 3, it will probably. I don't want to shove words in anybody's mouths because I've spoken with Ferry and a few of the organizers of All Stars about it, and I already know that Frost is not too interested in organizing. So that's the thing. And then I also spoke to Kyoki about it, and he said he doesn't want there to be one this year. So it's very possible that we skip a year if All Stars were to happen. All Stars
Yeah.
4, that is.
I mean, I think season 3 was definitely a very good season. I don't think the ending was too fantastic, but it's a lot better than I expected to be, especially coming after season 2,
The
which was
AP
kind of a
team
disaster.
commentary was just golden.
Oh, yeah.
Honestly.
I think Dib's team killing heroin was my favorite part of the season.
Okay,
I
how
think
I
my
feel
favorite part
about
of season 3 was Zeneker screaming "nice" every time I shot someone.
nice!
Oh, I should mention that for bit 4, I was teamed with Griffin, and I used the sound pack where every time I hit a shot, it was him screaming "nice."
I've been using that pretty consistently as well. So
All right, well, I
Well,
actually
well-
sort of have to leave somewhat soon, so if we
Alright,
could-
so
Like, this is one. There's well. Can I
What's
say one thing I wanted to say about All Stars was for me, it's kind of All Stars has become. It's starting to become more of like in my eyes, kind of like just like a kind of a subreddit tradition almost. I'd be
Yeah.
perfectly okay if an All Stars came out every year and the seasons were good. I'm not because with how many people are involved. I'm not saying it's going to be pretty poor chance of a season being amazing. But if the seasons come out and the seasons are good every year, I'd be more than okay with that.
Just to add on to that, I'd say good and big. Like if it starts to fall off and it's like
Yeah.
starting to represent less, then it wouldn't be as
Yeah,
good. But like just by
once
happenstance.
once like the bigger like once I think like if Ambition ever falls off, and then like other round, what else has been in there for all 3 seasons? Phobia falls off.
R&R.
WMC.
To the
R&R
end.
falls off. WMC, if WMC ever falls off, I
To the
think,
end is a good one, yeah.
To the
Yeah,
end, like if
if
any of those
WMC
rounds
falls
ever
off,
start
that's
falling off,
huge.
It's kind of like
like the day WMC dies, if it ever happens, that's gonna be like a huge thing. Like,
Oh, yeah.
we all know it will.
Well,
Yeah,
I think that if it does die, that would be the beginning of the end of the subreddit.
there's enough. I do have faith though that there is enough people that only play WMC that I think I could still see it going for a while. Like if people don't play UHC but still play WMC now, I could still see that continuing for a little bit longer. I'm not too sure how much longer,
All right.
but
Well, let's. I think we're done. Unless anyone else has like anything vital to add, let's move on so we can
Vital.
keep Mike
Yeah.
here for Desire or
Yeah, it's pretty important that I'm here for the next
and I
topic.
kind of wish that well, I don't know much about Desire, but I was gonna say something
thought you
about Apex Twinkie talking about the Desire origins, but Michael, why don't you talk about them?
So here's the first thing. The name that you're mentioning, Desire, that's not even the original name of Desire. The original name was a round created by Catman Chaos and Daniel Sherpa by the name of Rise.
God bless his soul.
And I can't really tell you much about Rise because honestly, the chat existed for maybe a week or 2. And then a few people petitioned, why don't we change the name to something less like crummy? Oh man, I can't wait to play Rise UHC. We rise above all our enemies.
Right,
or
Rise
some
Ninja.
bullshit.
oh my god.
Stop that.
And then birth the concept of Desire was born, where you have to go to a certain area to whatever. And then from there on out, obviously, season 1 came out, and everybody was like, "Oh my gosh, Daniel Sherpa and Tommy's X Recorder Ground with all this super cool art that Kira made, in addition to a really cool game mode and roster. Whoa!"
I still love the season 1 intro. I think it's really good.
You're telling me, dude, if I could get Emily to make art again, I would definitely do it, but obviously I'm not gonna ask her because Fun fact: Emily's art was actually the thing that ended Desire on the first note.
Yep,
because
knew about that.
yeah, there was a lot of drama surrounding that. But I'm not gonna go too into detail about that because it's all done with now. Everybody's fine with each other.
That's actually
So-
something that could be talked about, which is, clearly there was the big gap between Desire dying and now it's, a super popular recorded round, but it did die for a good period of time and then come back with a second season.
Which was
So-
good.
Yeah, which was a very good comeback season. I still love season 2.
Yeah,
It's
season
one of
2
the
is
best.
season 2 and season 3 are gonna be very hard to top for the
Incredibly
Season
remainder.
four.
iconic
Season-
seasons.
Season 4.
Season 4 was too, yeah. Well, actually,
For-
season 4
What about
was sort
season
of.
5?
I don't
First four
think
seasons
season
of
4 was
Desire
that great. Season 5 was okay.
The season 4 finale was by far the best
Yeah,
thing about
season
the
4
season.
finale was the best thing about
And
season
then
4,
Jacob
no
and
doubt.
Smelly Burrito snowballing. Favorite thing about that season.
Uh-huh.
I also want to say the season 4 teams made it really good as well. Like Kaoki and Scrap,
Yeah, there were a
Smelly
lot
and
of
Jake,
really good
OU and
teams.
Nico. Like that's just
Me and Brick.
Yeah, there were a lot of watchable ones.
And I would say Desire has one of the coolest rosters, I think, out of any record run, because, like, everyone in the roster is known in some way, but it's almost like it has, like, I don't know what the word is, like, kind of like a funky feel, because they're known, but at the time, at least when they were in it, they weren't in a lot of stuff, like, maybe, like, Oyu Book is an example, but
Mhm.
KTR bot's another good one.
KTR bots,
Dude,
awesome.
I love KTR.
Trickery,
the best.
bunnies, everybody. It was
Uh-huh.
great.
I think the only downside to the Desire roster is that it's often very inconsistent, but
Yeah,
whenever they
we have
do
a lot
deliver,
we had a lot of people leave.
Microphone
That sort of has
activated.
been stopping now after season 6.
whenever they do
muted.
deliver a season, it always has a good roster. Whether they deliver with a similar roster the next season, that's iffy, but it's always a good roster.
What I will say is that we have recorded season 7 already, and
Ooh.
people will in fact be impressed by the roster, at least
Season 6
from
Wink,
what I
wink,
believe.
wink,
The,
wink.
the teams are
Yeah,
very
Yeah,
good.
season
Wait,
six, I'm so
guys, I
down.
might
Season 6
make
came
an
out because it had
appearance.
funky Sir hair. I remember that. Yeah.
Wait, what had funky? Oh,
Microphone
right.
activated.
That's the only part I remember. When I think of Desire 6 intro, I think of funky Sir shirt and funky Sir
When I
hair.
think of the Desire 6 intro, I think it's something else, but we're not gonna get into that one.
Good one.
I mean, did you see the poll I made on Twitter?
Yes, I did see that. I'm very offended.
Sorry.
I like funky Sir shirt.
Yeah, wait, who made the renders for season 6? Was that?
That
was
was
Majora.
Pelargo, I believe.
That was
I
Pelargo?
thought it was Majora.
I don't
That's
think
what I thought.
No, it was
Nah,
Pelargo. Oh no,
Pelargo's-
it was Majora. It
Pelargo's
was
a
Majora.
monster,
Nope, you're
dude.
right.
I was
love
gonna
that
say, I
shit.
think some of those have a distinct Majora trademark to them. Some of those renders.
At least they don't have fingers.
Fingers
Okay,
are like they add so much character.
I hate them. But
We've gone a little bit off topic from Desire Origins.
No, I talk about render fingers.
No,
So yeah,
we're not talking
I've already
about it.
we've already sort of touched on the death of Desire,
Yeah,
so I suppose we can talk about the return.
yeah, please.
Second
Especially
coming.
with the so Desire 2 happened. Tommy was like, "Hey, you know what? Let's round." Oh yeah, I remember actually distinctly. I was just sitting there one day. I was having a pretty garbage day home from school. I checked Skype. Tommy's
Yeah.
like, "Hey, guess what?" And I'm like, "What?" He's like, "I'm bringing back Desire." I'm like, "Really? Sick." And he's
Really? He
like-
like drops all of his books.
You want to join?
Screw the math homework,
We already have Kaliko, Zeneker, and a few other people back, so
Big man.
come join us. And I'm like, yeah, sure, why not? So then there's that. During that time, that was around the time when like Cynical was also starting up, which is why people like Fraser, OU Book, and Nako were added. And in addition, I don't know where Flues comes into play, but Flues was certainly a huge input. Casey Jones was just because Tommy was friends with him and was a huge fan of that. Tommy found Trickery. Like, I gotta say, man, Tommy is an expert at finding people who are unique for us.
I swear,
Like-
he finds them in the most
K-
obscure
'cause
I,
places.
honest to God, have no
KTR
fucking clue who Trickery is.
I have no
Isn't he
idea who
Aussie?
Trickery is. Trickery's not in the round anymore. He left right after season 2. But KTR was an old friend of Tommy's and Griffin's from back in their OCTC days. So Tommy went back and contacted him, and KTR was certainly interested. And now he's quite possibly the most active, like non-UHCer that plays in our chat. And there is another person like KTR who nobody knows who will be showcased in season 7.
Oh,
so
Is it-
I also
you
is
wanna-
it-
that guy.
I wanna
Is it
talk
is it
about-
Sten
Stay
is it
tuned.
is it
It's
Sten
not
Stone?
Stone, sorry.
God damn
There's
it.
no
wanna
way.
talk
There's
about
no
Ransom
way
fella.
you know who he is.
The
Yeah,
Peridot Knight.
If you somehow guess this
Shut up,
person,
Grant,
I
it's
would
not even
be
funny.
so impressed.
If you can guess the person, I'll give you ownership of my rounds.
Okay, Zezurge.
But yeah, Tommy originally had planned to add 2 unique people for season 7, and unfortunately we couldn't get in contact, or rather get an answer from the second. But one of them is indeed in the round now and an active part of it. So
I want to
Can we get a clue?
Like when you say like unique people, when you guys saw Ambition season 12, how many of you knew who Greg Killer 73 was?
I did.
So you, and then you guys remember when
I did.
Ambition,
Yeah, it's an
I
Ambition.
season
I remember
16
Ace
came
Man.
out,
I remember
and
Ace Man.
1998.
I met
Mike,
Ace
is
Man
he in the
in
chat
5th
anymore?
grade. We've been
Green?
best friends.
Ace Man is not in the chat, I
Okay,
don't believe.
I remember before season 16, Zeneker was in a channel with Carl for what felt like an hour and a half, just helping him set up recording software.
Why did Ace Man not play season 17? I'm
I
dying
don't,
to know.
To this day, don't
He
know.
was supposed to be on my team.
What?
Oh damn.
Yeah, me and Ace Man.
Oh my god.
No,
Anyway, yeah, but
okay.
I really like that Desire roster. Like as someone, whoever said that, Max probably.
Yeah, our roster
Yeah.
has been quite inconsistent, but I've done
I
a
will
good
say
job
this,
now
Michael, if I see
keeping
the
it
Peridot
consistent.
Knight
It's
on your
pretty
roster
solid.
this season, instant downvote.
Yeah, Peridot was gonna sub for season 7.
So
Thankfully-
hopefully he subs for season 8.
thank-
He
Am I
decided
right?
to pull himself out.
He pulled himself out.
Oh,
Did
so,
he actually?
yes.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Okay,
I honestly I feel bad for him and Cold because it's not their fault, but they just join rounds a lot and it just kind of happens.
Why
you
is
know?
Cold on that channel?
I'm
Cold's not
like
in that
one of the
many rounds.
unspoken.
Yeah, he is. Yeah,
I'm
he
like
is.
one of the unspoken
Publicly though.
recorder ground whores, though. I'm in a
I just
lot,
feel like
and
you
nobody ever,
play like old-fashioned rounds that upload like twice a year, so it's not really
Mhm.
like noticed as much.
Yeah,
I
that's
don't
another
think.
thing too. They all joined multiple rounds at once, essentially.
Like
Okay,
your
so-
RR horness has been spread out across years.
Green, do you mind if
Yeah.
I tell the story of a guy who was supposed to play Out of Orbit season 1, who's
Go
sort
ahead.
of who's sort of similar to your trickery situation? Okay, so there's this guy that we met. Nuked and I found him on Hypixel UHC Champions.
Oh my god.
His name was Ikma. IKMA. Ikma was the best person I've ever met in my entire life. And Ikma played on various UHC Season 2, the first take, with Checo, half hard on a horse. And Ikma didn't ever accept the invite to Season 1 of Out of Orbit, and he has never, like, the offer's still on the table. He never applied. But
Great. You need to get Ikma so fucking
his
bad.
birthday was like 2 weeks ago, and I was like, I miss you, Ikma. But and then there's another guy we met who ironically had a 4-word name as well, named Yelt. And I had
It's Kelt's Swedish brother.
No, Yelt was kind of weird. Like, he was a god at like Skywars, and he had like, and if you've ever met Young Gunna, he was Young Gunna.
Oh.
Well, he wasn't Young Gunna, but he was Young Gunna. So
Okay, I see.
I remember. I remember
He
the
wasn't,
Yelp.
but he was.
I remember the Yelp name because I was helping plan the doc for Unvarious Season 2, and I remembered someone suggested Yelp.
Wait, Grant, who was the guy that had the Out of Orbit team who just randomly joined our channels?
The German guy?
Oh,
Yeah.
what's his name?
Oh,
I
has an
forget.
OS, has an OS in
I
it.
have him on Steam.
Oh
Hold
my
on, let me look.
Oh my god, I
Um,
remember he joined the channels at one we were playing and be like, hello, what's going on? And no
That
one
guy is so funny.
He just kept going like, you guys playing Minecraft or something like that. Oh
He has
my
Out of
God.
Orbit rank.
He did out of Orbit, and I can't remember.
I can't find him. I don't know who. I
Okay.
may have removed him.
I think my favorite team ever from one of the Unvarious attempts was definitely Pohobie and Netherdweller. That's a team that go down.
20th and Next Gen.
That's a team that go down in history. My two of my friends were on SMP I ran at the time, who just so happened to play on
Oh, is
Various.
this him? Hold on.
Yeah, but
this guy's from. That's 40. Never mind.
Anyway,
But on one other situation is, have you guys ever met Shark Bob 94349?
Yes.
I tried to get him in Out of Orbit for like a straight 2 months, and didn't happen. And then I tried to get that one like Romanian guy who got like UBL'd on like Arctic or something before he did that. Forgot his
what's
name.
his name?
He has a blue Yoshi skin.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, sorry.
yeah, it's fun to have random people on your own.
I remember playing a mystery teams game with you. We weren't actually teamed, we were just in TS. And then you teamed with somebody that you had never heard of before, and you were like, oh, I don't know who this guy is. And then you came back, we talked after, and you were like, dude, I'm going to add to Out of Orbit. And I was like, oh? And you were like, yeah, he was really cool. You're like, we're contacts on Skype and stuff. And I was like, oh, okay.
Here's one of the things. Sorry, Len.
Okay.
The thing is, too, the unique guy that we brought in for Season 7,
Yeah.
he, on the day of recording, he's like, oh, we have to record this?
Oh my god, I remember that.
I remember right before the game started, he asked, okay, wait, how long is each episode, or like that kind of thing?
I remember before Folktales died and I attempted to do a season 5, I remember I submitted a date vote to everyone, and I sent a date vote to the mop, and he filled out every single date saying yes, and I was like, I didn't realize you had computer access for that long, like, and it was like, oh shit, this is like a recording event? and he refilled out the date vote, and it was completely empty.
He was just filling it out like, yup, that is a date that exists.
I can play that.
I
can play on his shit
laptop. To do things on that day, I think so. Computer things,
baseball game,
I don't know about that. Yeah.
Max, I have a similar story to yours where I was playing a captain's game and we ran out of people that we recognized, so we just started picking the funniest names. We ended up picking this guy named Sal _ and
who is that? I've seen him everywhere. Like who?
Okay, and then from that, Kid Fierce was on my team and he's like, I love this guy. He made a Discord just so he could talk to this guy more often. He even he added him to Ameliorite. He was gonna play until it died, and then now he just hangs out on Keenus's TeamSpeak and elsewhere as well.
I want to. Okay, so another unique player that I'm surprised you didn't bring up, Len. Berlin River, and when the intro didn't come out and his name wasn't Nile River, I was disgustingly disappointed.
Berlin River was an old friend of mine from when I first joined the community like 3 years ago. He hung out with like me, Bushy, Guitar Doodler, Beyond the Mist, and a few others.
Oh my god.
So like when Bushy and I were originally making Bit back in like 2015, we were like, dude, let's fucking ask, or like, wait, no. Bushy originally tried organizing a round before that. That was called Salus that Berlin ended up playing. And so then when Matt died, we were like, okay, we're gonna keep Berlin. So then we just added Berlin, and surprisingly, he made 2 seasons.
I actually remember watching Bushy Half's videos in like 2014 and watching him play like Minecraft maps with like Berlin, and then I saw them both in Back in Time, and I was like, huh.
I remember watching Block Chaos #1.
With Berlin River.
It was an interesting season.
I
remember Bushy Half dying in Spoon season 5.
Oh, Spoon! Oh, that's a good one. I love Spoon.
I remember. I just remember that I played Salus as well. I remember the Salus. Oh god.
Oh yeah, you were in that. I did a video uploaded on my channel of the 2 pre-games of the 2 attempts, and you can see why it failed in that video.
Yeah, I remember I played one of them. I think I never rushed, got strength potions, tried to charge, I think it was Party Animal, and then I just got fucking demolished in melee with strength.
My favorite moment that I really hate got scrapped was that Kid Fierce was both Iron Man and First Death in one of the attempts.
I remember that.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Oh no,
fucking
that
great.
happen in that happened in QFE2 as well. I think Daredevil Dawson was Iron Man and First Death. Because he got Iron Man, and then the first fight he was in, he got knocked off a bridge and like died instantly or something like that. I think that happened. I could be wrong though.
Okay. Do we need to go back to Desire Origins?
No, that's we're fine.
It's time for the final topic.
I think we're done. Oh wait, there's one more topic. Making fun of Bad Fan. Anyone wanna?
He types a lot. Idiot. He says too much. He's got a big forehead.
He's drunk.
I'm really happy. I'm really happy.
Doing something. He talks too much about recording.
I'm really happy. I'm really happy you misspelled his name as Bafdab. That's my new meme.
Anyway,
his favorite record round is QFE.
We're gonna wrap this one up. Thank you, Desire, for coming on. Even though
you mean just me and Lemboy.
Yeah, and America.
And America halfway
I've hardly
through.
been talking, but you know.
Sorry.
He's here.
He's in the TS channel, and that's all that matters. And
yeah,
Frigid. And Frigid. Shout out to Frigid.
Anyway, Grant, a great first episode. And let's all hope that Bad Fan never shows up again.
I couldn't have